Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jocelyn. For today's topic, I am going to discuss the latest travel requirements for US citizens going to Philippines. But before we get started, let me thank Say We for sponsoring this video. We is an ethnic app that focuses on Filipino, Asian, and Latino goods, and it is the largest in North America. There is an app that you can use to shop for Filipino groceries. There is a free next-day nationwide shipping in the lower 48 states with low minimum order. The prices are cheaper than your nearest Asian or Filipino store, and you can shop for essential Filipino and other Asian items. Also, first-time shoppers get 10% off their first purchase and another 10% off their second purchase. Now let's move on to the travel requirements for US citizens going to Philippines. Please take note that US citizens do not need a visa to enter Philippines. This is because USA is included under Executive Order Number 408, which provides for the list of countries whose nationals can enter the Philippines visa-free for 30 days. Please take note that US foreign tourists are entitled to 30 days visa-free stay in the Philippines. Also, for former Filipino citizens without valid or old Philippine passport or PSA birth certificate, you're also entitled to 30 days of visa-free stay. Former Filipino citizens are entitled to 1-year visa-free stay in the Philippines, and this includes former Filipinos with valid or old Philippine passport or PSA birth certificate. Also for foreign spouse or foreign child of Filipino or former Filipino, they are also entitled to 1-year visa-free stay in the Philippines as long as they present the required immigration entry requirements. However, for other passengers, for example, students, permanent residents, retirees, and other diplomat officials, it depends on the duration of the visa and those with 9A visa. For an easy travel checklist, I'm going to provide the list of requirements in this video. The first requirement is that you must have a US passport that is valid for at least 6 months, meaning to say that the US passport must not be expiring within the last 6 months before the date of your travel. Also, all passengers to the Philippines must register for e-travel. E-travel is a Philippine declaration system and it must be done online. The purpose is to generate a barcode or a QR code for express lane purposes. To register, just type in etravel.gov.ph. Do not use etravel.com. That is the incorrect website. All travelers must ensure that the information you provide is exactly the same with your passport details to avoid further inspection during conduct of border formalities. For purposes of registration, you are either a Philippine passport holder or a foreign passport holder. Now for dual citizens, it depends on the passport that you are going to use for purposes of registration or travel. The e-travel will have to be done online, so that means you will have to go online, use a personal computer or your phone to register, and you will have to input all your personal information, and then at the end of the registration you will generate a barcode. So this is actually similar to One Health Pass or the e-arrival. Let's talk about the vaccination status. If you are unvaccinated or partially vaccinated, you must provide a negative test. Let me provide the specific requirements for a negative test. Now, who needs to present a negative antigen test? So here are the travel rules. You must present negative antigen tests prior to departure or upon arrival. And this is required for all Filipinos and non-Filipinos 15 years old and older. Here are the specific requirements for the negative antigen test for unvaccinated passengers, and this is based on IATF Resolution number 168. So the requirement is that either you must have a remotely supervised or laboratory-based rapid antigen negative test result, and this antigen test must be administered and certified by a healthcare facility, laboratory, clinic, or pharmacy or similar establishment. Also, the negative test must be taken within 24 hours prior to the date and time of departure from the country of origin or first port of embarkation in a continuous travel to Philippines, excluding layovers, provided that he or she has not left the airport premises or has not been admitted into another country during such layover. The rule is that the negative antigen test must be presented by Filipinos and non-Filipinos 15 years old and older. What if you fail to present a negative pre-departure testing? You will be required to undergo a laboratory-based antigen test upon arrival at the airport. If you are fully vaccinated, you can travel to the Philippines without having a negative test. So that means you must provide an acceptable proof of vaccination and you must be fully vaccinated more than 14 days before the date of your travel. Here are the summary of rules for US citizens going to Philippines 15 years and older. If you are fully vaccinated, you can enter Philippines without having to provide a negative test. Also, booster shot is not required. For those who are unvaccinated, partially vaccinated, or vaccination cannot be validated, you must present a negative test within 24 hours prior to departure or upon arrival. If positive upon arrival, you must quarantine for 5 days from an accredited hotel. Now, for US citizens going to Philippines 14 years and below, if the minor child is fully vaccinated, of course, you can enter Philippines without presenting any negative test. If the minor is unvaccinated, negative test is not required because only 15 years old and above are required for the negative test if unvaccinated. There are passengers who are fully vaccinated. If you are fully vaccinated, you must provide acceptable proof of vaccination. A CDC card is an acceptable proof of vaccination. Also, you must provide information that you are fully vaccinated, meaning to say that you must observe the requirements of being fully vaccinated, and that means either you must provide proof of vaccination for a single dose vaccine or a 2-dose series of vaccine. And you must provide that you have been fully vaccinated more than 14 days before the date of your travel to the Philippines. Let's talk about the requirement of a return or onward ticket. Return or onward ticket, not later than 30 days for foreign tourist or foreign spouse traveling alone will be required, even though you know ahead of time that you will extend beyond 30 days. You can always extend any time before the expiration of the period. No return or onward ticket for former Filipinos, and no return or onward ticket for foreign spouse or foreign child traveling with Filipino or former Filipino. Older valid Philippine passport or authentic PSA issued birth certificate for former Filipino citizens, and also authentic marriage certificate for foreign spouse and birth certificate for foreign child will be required to avail of Balikbayan visa privilege of 1 year stay in the Philippines. Let's talk about customs declaration form. If you are arriving at NAIA Terminal 1, an online customs declaration form will be required. Paper form can also be filled out in lieu of the online customs declaration form. Also, you will still need to wear a mask when you board the plane. Mask wearing will still be required at public transportation, including airplanes. If you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Again, thank you guys for supporting my channel. And if you haven't liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I always welcome new subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.